G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode 18 of this FIFA 23 Arsenal Career Mode series. Make sure to check out the previous episodes to see how we got here. And yeah, make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe, really helps me out. And this is going to be basically the first ep of Season 2, wrapping up Season 1 here, just going through some results and some stats before we advance to the next season. You see there, we did win the league just over Liverpool on goal difference, and then Manchester United and Spurs are third and fourth. PSG ended up winning the Champions League over Liverpool, so pretty good result for them, you'd say, because PSG I don't think have ever won the Champions League, I believe. But now that we know that they won the Champions League, we'll be versing them soon in the Super Cup at the start of next season. And as you see, the Liverpool beat Real Madrid in the semi-final to get to the final, but couldn't get the job done. As we're going to check our stats now for our players for the past season. Smith Rowe, along with Declan Rice and Trossard, actually played the most, but that's probably because we transferred Declan Rice and Trossard into the squad, so that could be why. But goal-wise, no surprise here. It was Gabriel Jesus just scoring a goal basically every single game, more than a game actually, more than one goal a game, followed by the captain Odegaard and then Saka. Smith Rowe actually having a good season as well, but his goals coming in a range of competitions because he was not in my starting 11 for the Premier League. And then Trossard, Martinelli, and Kedia, and so on. So great goal contributions all round, but that was to be expected with the amount of goals we scored in the Premier League, that's for sure. And then we go to the assists, and it's going to be Odegaard. Was playing in a bit of that cam role for half the season, then I moved him back into just central midfield. But his passes are brilliant, and then followed by the likes of Jesus and all the wingers as well. You see here, we're going to check the stats around the whole Premier League now, and Jesus just unbelievable, more than doubled second place. So a bit unrealistic. I hope we don't see more of that in season 2, but I doubt we will. But I mean, Jesus was just on fire, and you see there he only played 36 games as well, so he could have possibly even hit the 50 mark if he played all 38. And then we also had Saka and Odegaard in the top 20 as well, and then assist wise we had the top 4. So yeah, just a crazy good attacking team we were this season, and next season might be a bit more realistic, as I am going to bump the difficulty to Ultimate as well to make it a bit tougher. But I feel like Legendary was honestly a good challenge, as we just managed to scrape the league as well. I mean, it came down to the last day, and I thought I bottled it, but Liverpool let us have one there, and they lost to West Ham, so we got the win on goal difference. As we see our results there, we were pretty disappointed in the Cups. Round 6, I believe that was the quarterfinals, and then round 4 in the Carabao, so hopefully we can have a bit of a better run in the Cup competitions. But I mean, how can you complain with winning the league and winning the Europa League, so doing the double? So no surprise here where they want to bring us back for next season, which I will accept. I'm just going to accept the preseason tournament here, which can potentially give us the most amount of money. Not expecting to win it, but in case we do get lucky, we get a bit extra money to the transfer budget. You see our opponents: Barcelona, Real Madrid, Juventus, Atletico, just star-studded teams everywhere. As we're going to go ahead and get into this second season in a moment. Yeah, Mbappe still at PSG for now. I wonder if another team's going to buy him at all. He's not going to be coming to Arsenal, don't worry about that. Here we're going to adjust the difficulty here. Like I said, we're going to put it to Ultimate, and then we're going to put player-based difficulty to On, and hopefully that'll make the star players play more like star players, hopefully. But yeah, you see it. You would have seen our finances quickly there. I believe we have 200 million to spend this season. Not sure if we're going to be spending all that though, but you see there our biggest win came against Southampton. Biggest defeat was against Villarreal. I think that was in the preseason tournament, I reckon. And then our record transfer fee is only £48.5 million at the moment. I'm going to assume that was for Declan Rice, but we could be breaking that in the transfer window coming up. As I'm just going to go through my squad here quickly, I've sped it up a little bit, just put in lots of players on the transfer and loan list as I'm trying to get my team sorted. But yeah, I'm going to look to sell the likes of Pablo Mari. Not sure about holding. I'm going to try to make White my right back now, as it looks like he's going to be playing that position full time in real life as well, along with Tomiyasu backing him up. So I'm pretty set for right back. I could bring in another centre back possibly, just to rotate Saliba and Gabriel, just in case one of them gets injured. I want to have a good backup. I'm going to change Partey to a centre midfielder, but I might just move him back to CDM, because I think I'm going to prefer to put Declan Rice as the other CM and then put Partey at CDM. But at the start, I'm going to try Rice CDM and Partey just regular midfield at first. Yeah, a lot of young players we still have in the club, so I'm trying to send as many of them out on loan as I can. But Sambi Lokonga, I'm going to look to move on from. I just don't think he's going to be high enough quality to play for this club, so I am going to look to move him on, as well as Pepe as well. Pepe came in for a record-breaking fee, I believe it was, around 72 million, something along those lines, and just hasn't really lived up to it. Just hasn't really been good in the Premier League. As you see here, all the players who only have 1 year left on their contracts, so I'm going to be re-signing most of them probably next episode, but I won't bore you with showing you all the cutscenes for that. But we're going to be getting on soon to the preseason. I'm not going to be playing any of the preseason games. I'm just going to be quick simming them because they aren't important. I mean, if you really want, I could play them in the future, but preseason is preseason for a reason, so I'm just going to sim those games. And a bit of transfer business here. Marquinhos to Dortmund, just on loan for a year. I really do like Marquinhos, but I think he's just still too raw and he's not going to be first team quality yet. But who knows, maybe Season 3 will be the season for him to get some playing time. But it's going to be hard because he's always going to be behind Bukayo Saka, so he's never going to start for us, so that's the hard part. As we're going to sim this preseason game against Leverkusen. Hopefully we can get the win, and we do 3-1. Nketiah, Jesus, and Saka all scoring. And next we're going to have Real Madrid, so a much tougher opponent. And our guys are a little bit tired as well. And what's the result going to be? It's going to be a 2-2 draw. I mean, I'd take that. Jesus and Declan Rice scoring. And then we have Napoli next up. Probably need a win to advance, so I'm going to play my second team. And we are going to lose 2-0. So that's probably us knocked out of the cup. As we actually do a little bit of business here, I did some scouting and I found this free agent, Neto or Nieto. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But I'm just going to sign him. His player value is 2 mil. He's a 71 overall, 18-year-old. And so he's going to be one for the future as well. I'm going to look to him. I'm going to look to loan him out as well. We're getting into the first game of this episode now. It's going to be the FA Community Shield. It's going to be Arsenal v Fulham. I believe that's because we won the Premier League and then Fulham must have won the FA Cup, I believe. So that's why we're matching up here. But I'm definitely going to try and win this game. Want another trophy to add to the collection. Obviously going to be played at Wembley. And Fulham are going to be on the attack first here. I'm probably going to have to watch out for Mitrovic, but I'm not sure he's starting. It's going to be Vinicius. Takes a shot at the near post, but Ramsdale is good enough there to keep that out. And we've got him on the counter here, and it's going to be a familiar face. Odegaard to Jesus, and Jesus has the pace to get away from his man, and he's not going to miss the one-on-one. Just the same as last season's Jesus, on fire as usual, and we take an early 1-0 lead as we look to make it 2 here through Odegaard on the outside of the foot. But it gets saved, and Martinelli cannot get it on target there. So Martinelli letting them off the hook there. But it's Fulham again here, but Ramsdale makes a save. And Gabriel heads it clear for now. Ramsdale being called into task early on here. But as we advance into the second half now, Odegaard finds Jesus. Jesus hits it. It hits the post and the crossbar, I think. All of the woodwork there. I don't know how that didn't go in. But now they've brought the likes on of Mitrovic and a brilliant back heel to Paulinho. He missed, and that was stoppage time there. And that's going to be the end of the game. And we're going to get away here with another trophy. So if we can end every episode with a trophy, I'd definitely be happy with that. But as you see, I've sped up the celebration a bit here just because, I mean, it's the same thing just with a different trophy. So the celebrations can get a bit repetitive. But Odegaard lifting another trophy for us. He's going to remain captain, I believe, for us. I think in real life it might have actually switched to Zinchenko now. But in my save, I just love Tierney so much. I can't replace Tierney. And he's higher rated as well, so I'm going to stick with Tierney as my left back for for now, but you never know. I can rotate the squad whenever need be. There's Ramsdale celebrating as well. He was big in today's game. You see that the XGs were basically level. It actually had Fulham a tiny amount ahead, but Jesus was just clinical. And with that being said, a team that's very clinical is PSG, Champions League winners. We're going to be going up against them now in the Super Cup. Champions League winner v Europa League winner. This is going to be a much tougher game, and we barely scraped by Fulham there. So PSG, I'm hoping our boys can rise to the occasion, but it's going to be a tough ask with the likes of Mbappe, Messi, and then their back line of Kimpembe and Marquinhos. Along with Navas in goals, he's still at PSG in my save. Not at Nottingham Forest, as much as Nottingham Forest would probably love to have him there. It's going to be PSG on the attack first here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, but it falls to Mbappe now, finds Messi and he shoots, and it ricochets off Gabriel, I think that was, and finds the back of the net. Very unlucky, but I mean, that's what's going to happen if you let the opposition play around with the ball in your box. And now we have a corner now, we're going to whip it in. Falls to Jesus and he's going to shoot, but it gets blocked out. It hasn't gone out yet, and Saka's going to get this one. He's going to whip one round, but Navas with a great save, and he tips it over the bar as we get denied. Skip ahead into the second half now. A bit of a boring game, to be honest. Not many chances. It's going to be Mbappe. Cuts it back, but Ramsdale was equal to the task on that occasion with a big save to keep us in it. Messi running the midfield there along with Renato Sanchez. And Mbappe just turns Gabriel, holds him off, and finishes that beautifully. Gabriel didn't have a good game at all. Ricocheted off him for the first goal, and then Mbappe just spun him and made him look like a numpty on the second goal. And that's going to be it. Stoppage time. No chance for us to respond. We're going to go down 2-0 here at the end of this ep. So, unfortunately, couldn't win the Super Cup. So that's going to sting a little bit. The next ep's going to be the start of the Premier League season, and I really hope you guys stick around and watch as we get into this second season of this career mode, and hopefully we can maybe go season 3 and season 4 as well. But as I said, guys, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Really helps me out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.